Hi, y'all. It's Dr. Nicole Truesdale here, anthropologist committed to a liberatory humanity. And while I'm working on the trio series and I'm in the middle of packing for a trip, I wanted to video respond to this comment because I really do appreciate the honesty. And I just want to say this. We always revolted. There was always resistance. There was always resistance to enslavement. And my question for you all to kind of contemplate and think about is, what happens when your choice is death or death? What do you do? Right? That's the reality many of our ancestors went through. When they got on those ships, when they made that middle passage, there was a reality they had to sit in. They had two choices, death or death. Death being a walking death, that would be the 300 to 400 years in American Gods Mr. Nancy speaks about in the stories that I posted as an example of what it means to have to face a harsh reality, that you are now in the hands of captives who are so brutal in their understanding and articulation of humanity that they have now dehumanized you and have justified through all kinds of various means your exploitation. So your reality is either death via generations of being enslaved or death by jumping over that ship or revolting and shifting against it. But either way, both are resistance, because those who survived that middle passage, those who carried literally on their heads grains and different seeds in order to figure, not knowing where they were going to go, but knowing that that was the sustenance they had, carrying in their head the knowledge of their ancestors and the practices and the engagements they have, and then literally carrying on their heads those who were priests and priestesses, the primordial beings who we now call Orisha or Loa or other primordial entities that had to make that voyage across the ocean with their children. And this is why we come here into this quote unquote new world, and we have what we now call ATRs, African traditional religions, that are the byproduct of that resistance. So I talk about spirituality now as part of liberation, because it is the spirit that allows us to see how much our ancestors and our people have made it, and how much the power structures, the oppressors, are determined to still take that away from us. So I just say this to say, we always resisted, but what that resistance looks like will not be the same as what the oppressor tells us resistance should look like. So always question the narratives given about docile, or somehow what Kanye said, that we just didn't do shit. Yes, we always did, and that's why they kept putting the fucking laws and the books down on our necks. That's why they demonized our practices and told us that we needed to pray to a white Jesus and lay offerings at the table to get nothing in return. We always resisted, and that's why they keep coming for our traditions and our practices, because they know that's what's going to take us to get free.